What's cracking, Jack? You are in the jungle. 15 games on the slate in Major League Baseball for Tuesday, August 19th. We're going to break down each one of those games and come up with the best bet for every one of them right here, right now. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. I've got a bet for every single game on the slate for Tuesday, August 19th. And I'm going to leave two links for you in the comments section of the video. The first link is for my $5 favorite play of the day. For just $5 and no further obligation, you'll get my favorite bet of the day text right to your phone, along with deep analysis as to why that's my favorite bet of the day. The second link is to my $159 yearly sale. For just $159, you get all sports, all access, all year. 365 days of my full betting cards sent right to your phone. I cap MLB, NBA, NFL, college basketball, and college football. The sale ends August 23rd, this Saturday, at the start of the college football season. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us in the patio in the summer on Wednesday nights for the sound of Senor Cucaracha, Costa Rica's number 3 Papa Roach cover band. We're going to start with Houston at Detroit. We have Hunter Brown, hey, that's Kevin's kid, going for Houston versus Tarek Skubal. Now, Skubal, of course, is the front runner for the AL Cy Young Award. But like most starting pitchers in baseball, he's been getting hit recently as the season goes on. And Skubal's last 3 starts, he's given up 3, 4, and 3 runs in those games. But Skubal is still the best pitcher in baseball and still has a whip of 0.87, which is elite. Hunter Brown dominated earlier on in the season. Went through a patch in the middle of July where he was down for a little bit, but he's found his way back to center. And in his last 4 starts, he's allowed 2 runs or less. Both offenses not really in good form. Detroit has a team average of .218 in their last 7 games, and the Astros have an average of .212 in their last 7. There is, however, a big disparity amongst the bullpens at the moment. And if you're new to the channel, know that I come up with my own bullpen rankings every 24 hours based on ERA over the last 7 games, whip, current fatigue, usage, and availability of high leverage arms. So, bullpen-wise, I have the Tigers bullpen, where they are right now, today, ranked 3rd. And at the moment, I have the Astros bullpen 29th. The Astros bullpen has an ERA of 11.34 in their last 7 games. Houston has a very good pitcher going, but Detroit has the very best pitcher going. With their offenses in current form and Detroit having a huge bullpen edge, I think Detroit wins this game. The money line, however, is too expensive. I never play anything that's more expensive than minus 150. So the way to play this game for me is the Tigers on an alternate run line of -1 or the total of under 7 for the game. Game number 2, St. Louis at Miami. Michael McGreevy going for the Redbirds, and we have Edward Cabrera going for the Marlins. McGreevy, 14 earned runs in his last 4 starts. Cabrera, 5 earned runs in his last start, but prior to that, just 1 earned run in each of his last 4 starts, respectively. Now, my bullpen rankings for current form on August 19th have St. Louis 11th and Miami 15th. Overall, starting pitching and bullpen, I'll give the edge pitching-wise to the Fish in this game. Current offensive form goes to Miami as well, betting .246 in their last 7 games with 32 runs scored compared to St. Louis. Their last 7 games betting .232 and just 26 runs scored. The Miami money line is currently -150 on most books. I think the play in this game is also the Marlins on the alternate run line of -1. Game number 3, Toronto at Pittsburgh. Max Scherzer going for the Jays. Mitch Keller going for the Pirates. A battle of 2 savvy veterans. Now, Scherzer has a whip, of just 1.07 on the season, which is very good. Mitch Keller is 5-11 and has allowed 13 earned runs his last 3 starts. My current jungle bullpen rankings have Toronto 18th for today and Pittsburgh 27th with an ERA of 6.84 in their last 7 games. The Blue Jays have the best batting average in baseball since the All-Star break at .303. The Pirates batting just .238 since the break. I'm shocked that FanDuel has the Jays money line right now for the price of -142 in this game. Rush to it, rush to the window, take the Jays on the money line. Mets at the Nationals. David Peterson for the Mets. We have Jake Irvin going for Washington. Now, Peterson's in rough shape. 10 earned runs. Peterson has allowed his last 9 innings. Jake Irvin said, "Hold my beer, I'll try and top that," and he almost does. Irvin, 9 earned runs allowed in his last 9 in the third innings. In their last 7 games, the Mets bullpen has an ERA of 6.95. In their last 7 games, the Nationals bullpen has an ERA of 5.09. The Mets have scored 28 runs in their last 5 games. The Nationals have scored 24 in their last 5. Both are top 15. I think we go over the total of 9 in the Mets and Nationals. Mariners at Philadelphia, the return of Bryce Miller versus Christopher Sanchez. When we last left our hero, Bryce Miller, he left us with an ERA of 5.73 and a whip north of 1.5, which is terrible. Christopher Sanchez has been every bit an ace for Philadelphia. He's 11-4 with an ERA of 2.45 and a 1.09 whip. Philly holds the bullpen edge here and current offensive form as well. The money line is too expensive. I'd play Philly on the alternate line of -1 or the Phillies team total over. Baltimore at Boston, we have Sugano going for the Orioles, Walker Buehler going for the Red Sox. Pardon me. Now, Sugano has been a tough back. He's been tough to trust. But if you look at his numbers, man, he's got a win-loss record of 10-5. Buehler was kind of an auto fade for most of the year for the Red Sox, but he is in better recent form. But he's got, for the season, an ERA still north of 5 and a whip north of 1.5. Now, through the season, Boston's bullpen has been better. But the way that I rank the bullpens in their current form, last 7 games, I've got Boston 20th right now with an ERA of 5.84, and I got the Orioles in their current form, their bullpen at 10th. The Orioles' bats have gotten hot. They have the 4th most runs in baseball in their last 4 games with 32. I think Baltimore possesses the starting pitching advantage. I think they possess the current bullpen form edge, and I think they possess the hotter bats at the moment. I think the dogs are barking at Fenway. Give me the Orioles on the money line for plus money. We have the White Sox at Atlanta. Shane Smith going for the Sox. Bryce Elder for the Braves. Now, Smith had a great first half of the season and was the White Sox lone all-star. He's come back down to earth a little bit since the middle of the year, but he's refound his groove. 2 earned runs or less allowed in Shane Smith's last 5 starts. Facing Bryce Elder for the Braves is a good time for a hitter, man. A hitter's idea of a good time. He's 5-9 with an ERA of 5.89 or a whip of 1.52. Anything over 1.35 is terrible for starting pitchers. Braves bullpen has been good their last 7 games. ERA under 2, 1.99. The White Sox bullpen, no bueno. I have them ranked 30th for today, the 19th of August, in their current form. Now, the Braves aren't going to make the playoffs, but don't tell them that. They've been hitting the ball, man. They've been swinging the twigs. Braves have scored 32 runs in their last 5 games, 3rd most in baseball. The White Sox bats are cold now, just 14 runs in their last 5 games. Even with how bad Bryce Elder has been, I like the Braves in this game on the money line. I think they have the offensive form and the bullpen advantage too much here. Give me the Braves on the money line. Yankees at Tampa Bay, we have Carlos Rodon going for the Bronx Bombers. We have Shane Baz going for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was making a push early on. At one point, they were in first place in the AL East, but they've fallen off since, and since the All-Star break, they're just 11-17. Rodon is the better option here than Baz. Bullpens are pretty similar. In their last 7 games, Tampa Bay has a bullpen ERA of 3.64 and the Yankees 3.50. The Rays bullpen, however, is a little more taxed. They've had a little more usage over the last week. I like the Yankees lineup better with the power potential, especially with Judge in the lineup, and I think we're getting a good price on the money line to back the Yankees. Give me New York on the money line. A's at the Twins, Jacob Lopez versus handsome Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins. 2 good starting pitching options with the edge going to Joe Ryan and the Twins. And two bad bullpens with the slight advantage going to Minnesota with the bullpens as well. There is a big difference between these teams offensively, however. The A's are 4th in team average and 6th in home runs. Minnesota 24th in team average and 14th in home runs. So the question is, for what the price is here on the money line or the run line, what's the bigger difference? The pitching advantage that Minnesota holds, or is it the offensive edge that the A's hold? Now, because Joe Ryan is a fly ball pitcher, gets a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of ground outs, he's a fly ball pitcher. And the A's are a home run hitting team. I would give the A's the edge here offensively more than the Twins have the edge defensively. And for the price of plus 120 on the money line, I back the A's here over the Twins. Rangers at Milwaukee. We have Rangers at Kansas City. We have Merrill Kelly going for Texas. We have Seth Lugo going for the Kansas City Royals. Very close starting pitching matchup here in my opinion, but I'd give the edge to Merrill Kelly. Bullpen-wise over the year, I like the Rangers bullpen better, but in their current form, they're taxed. They've been used a lot, have an ERA of 10.34 in their last 7 games. Kansas City has the current bullpen edge. Now, both offenses are pretty similar at the moment. Both are in the bottom half in Major League Baseball in pretty much every major offensive metric that there is. I really think the best way to play this game, Texas-Kansas City, is under the total of 8.5. Milwaukee at Chicago, Brandon Woodruff going for the Brewers. Man, they're hot. And we have Michael Boyd going for the Cubs. Now, we were on the Cubs on Monday in Game 1 of the doubleheader. We never bet Game 2 is the doubleheader. And man, they got pounded. Now, they haven't been in great form, and I know that, but I thought that they would rise to the moment today at home, but they didn't. And this offense is truly cold. Until they get it together, I cannot take the Cubs over what the Brewers have been doing. Give me the Brewers on the money line. Dodgers at Colorado. We have Emmett Sheehan going for Los Angeles. Austin Gomber going for the Rockies. Now, Sheehan hasn't been bad for the Dodgers. A sub-4 ERA and a whip of 1.23. Gomber has been brutal. He has a 6.75 ERA and a whip of 1.61, and in his decisions, he's 0-6. There's no value in betting the Dodgers, however, because of the price. You can't even get them for a decent price, minus the 1.5. The only way to play this game is LA team total over. Cincinnati at the Angels. We have Hunter Green going for the Reds. Kyle Hendricks going for the Angels. Now, Green looked incredible in his first game back from the IL against the Phillies. 6th inning pitch, just 3 hits allowed, no earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. Green has great strikeout stuff, and the Angels strike out more than anybody in Major League Baseball. I think that the Angels have a hard time getting anything offensively going against Green, and I have the Reds bullpen in their current form ranked 6th for today. The Reds are playing meaningful baseball. They're just 1.5 game out of the last wild card spot. Angel starter Kyle Hendricks has been no bueno, an ERA close to 5. He's given up 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts. I have their bullpen ranked 22 right now in my current Jungle bullpen rankings as well. I think the Reds are mispriced on the money line here. You can get them on most books priced under minus 140 to win straight up. Give me Cincinnati on the money line. Guardians at Arizona. Pardon me. We have Tanner Bybee going for Cleveland. We have Eduardo Rodriguez going for the Diamondbacks. Rodriguez is like Kim Kardashian in an NBA locker room. Everybody gets a turn to hit it. He has an ERA north of 5.5, a whip north of 1.6. Tanner Bybee hasn't been great either for Cleveland. In his last 4 games, he's allowed 4, 4, 4, and 2 earned runs. Both bullpens have an ERA north of 5 in their last 7 games, and both offenses are in good current form. I think we go over the total of 9 in Cleveland, Arizona. And last game we're going to look at San Francisco at San Diego. We have Kiwi Tang versus Nick Pivetta. The pitching mismatch, both starting and bullpen, cannot be wider spread here. Tang has an ERA of 9.90 and a whip of 1.9. That's as bad as I've seen. Now, Pivetta is a top-tier pitcher in baseball. We know that. I also have the Padres bullpen ranked number 1 in my rankings, both current form and season long. The Giants can't hit. They've scored the least amount of runs since the All-Star break, and the Padres offense is in good form. Now, you can't, same thing with the Dodgers. You can't even get a decent price on the Padres, -1 or -1.5. The only way to play this game is the Padres team total over. Let's have a day, Jungle Nation, and I'll see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.